Welcome to the Devil's Island Podcast, broadcasting from the east end of Long Island. Whether you're in New Jersey or somewhere around the world, as a Devils fan, you may feel like a castaway. Well, Devils fanatics, join us, because you can always feel at home here on Devil's Island. And now, here is your host, Chris Suswal.
Coming up, Sonny Maeda's work as GM has begun, and in front of him is the most critical offseason in New Jersey Devils history. Hey, fellow castaways, you're on Devil's Island. And if you enjoy your stay, please like, share, and subscribe to stay in the mix. All right, here we go. Here we go. The introductions are over. Sonny Maeda is the GM. We turn the page from Fitz. Missing the playoffs. What a disappointing year. But sunny days are ahead. As they've been saying, Sonny Maeda, he is a homegrown GM. Something that is kind of rare. Growing up in New Jersey as a New Jersey Devils fan. And what a turn of events. The Devils fans can now look forward to this offseason. It's tough watching the playoff teams go at it, competing for the Stanley Cup while the Devils sit on the sidelines. And next year, we hope to be back. Right now, the Devils are in the midst of the most important offseason in their history. After missing out on the playoffs again, the Devils have to take advantage of this core's prime years. Jack, Nico, Brat, they all need to be playing in the playoffs and competing for a cup. Got to bring this franchise back to where it was, perennial Stanley Cup contender every year, getting in the playoffs and possibly doing some damage. And that is what Sonny Maeda plans to do. We'll see how that plan goes. We don't know how it's going to unfold, but already the Devils have made some moves. They have brought in Sonny Maeda. He was top of their list to fill the role left by Fitz. Yes, Fitz, he made some good moves along the way, but results are what matters, and we wish him well, but the Devils need to turn this page and get to where they need to be competing for a Stanley Cup. And who is Sonny Maeda? He's possibly the most interesting man in the world. Grew up in New Jersey, talked about how he would go to Devils practices as a young kid, played high school hockey in New Jersey in Ramapo, and he has had quite an interesting career. Went to school for to be a musician, then got his master's degree in data analytics and became a professional poker player, successful author of books about poker and playing poker, and then built the Devils analytics department many years ago, had some other jobs, including assistant GM to the Florida Panthers, who went to 3 straight Eastern Conference Finals, won 2 cups, and he's already made a move here. He's brought along someone he's worked with, Braden Birch. The Devils had announced that Braden Birch has joined the organization as assistant GM. The announcement was made by Sonny Maeda, and in the role, Birch will serve as general manager of the Utica Comets in the AHL, and he will aid Maeda and his staff in scouting, contract management, roster, and cap strategy. We know the Devils are up against the cap. So many no movement clauses, and it's been difficult to trade away large contracts. Thankfully, they were able to, Fitz before his departure was able to jettison the contract that was one of his worst signings, which was Andre Palat. But the Islanders take all of that salary, and the salary cap is going up for the next season. I think by about $8.5 million. So Sonny Maeda is going to build a team here with his staff to not only work on scouting, but to manage the cap. And hopefully, as a poker player, he's going to go all in when it looks like the odds are in his favor. And we're going to have to look at some of what he needs to do on this offseason. I would say number one on the list is extending Nico Hischier. Some say maybe he shouldn't be the captain anymore, but he's been captain. This will be going into his 7th year as captain of the New Jersey Devils. Only Scott Stevens, the legendary Scotty Stevens, is the only other person ahead of Nico that has served longer. I think it was about a dozen years, 11, 12 years that Scott Stevens served as captain of the Devils, and of course brought us 3 Stanley Cups. So I would say extending Nico Hischier, one of the top priorities here. There was speculation that maybe Nico Hischier wanted out after missing the playoffs a number of years, having only a taste of the playoffs the last few years, and maybe everything has changed with the Devils going in a new direction, bringing on Sonny Maeda, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention, not exactly the starter jacket that Sonny Maeda was highlighting during his introductory press conference. Yes, as a youth, he was a huge Devils fan, and this isn't a starter one, but from the same era, I have a lot of memorabilia. And hearing Sonny Maeda talk about the glory years and some of those early years, even before the Devils became forced in the NHL, he went through it. He mentioned Greg Adams and Pat Verbeek and other players that, as a kid, I also had little posters and placards on my wall, along with the pennants and things like that. So just a little shout out there, but extend Nico Hischier. He's a solid player. He wants to win, and he's a key piece. Number 2, what is going to happen with the coaching decision? Sheldon Keefe was present at the introductory press conference with Sonny Maeda, along with some of the players. And to me, I took that as an inkling that he's probably going to stay, but there are some candidates out there, including recently the head coach of the Edmonton Oilers, Chris Knobloch. He's been dismissed. Bruce Cassidy, Peter Laviolette. There's some other big names out there. But if I had to guess or bet money down, I would say that Sheldon Keefe's going to be back next year. I would also say another key priority is signing Arseny Gritsuk. He showed that he can play in the NHL. I think he wound up with about 13 goals, and a young player like that has shown some flashes of brilliance, definitely high hockey IQ. He should stick around. But what did the Devils do after the draft lottery? We know now they didn't move up. They're going to pick number 12. Does that pick actually get drafted? Or do the Devils use that in a package to fulfill a big priority, which is getting another top 6 scorer? We need somebody on the line with Jack Hughes that can just finish, put the puck in the net. There's been some rumors about that the Devils had tried to trade to Toronto for the 23-year-old Leafs forward, Matthew Knies. He fits the mold. He's 6'3", 232. He's a big winger, and he can score goals. He had 23 goals last year, along with 43 assists. That would be great. What that package looks like, if the Devils send a first-rounder and maybe a Dawson Mercer, who I personally like and would like to keep, maybe Matthew Knies comes over to the Devils, and puts the puck in the net. That was the Devils' biggest issue, is just not scoring enough goals. Way down in the bottom of the league and goals expected. They were great on generating shots on goal, but too many times the puck would stay out of the net. The Devils would lose a 2-1 game or a 3-2 game, and getting over the hump there, getting more pucks in the net, that would bode well. So this team, it needs changes. This roster cannot exist the way it is going into next year, and I think Sonny will really try to turn this team into a contender. He said he wants to win now and build something that can be repeated over and over again. So some encouraging words there, some excitement, and we're going to follow it all this offseason, all the big moves. Devils have already made the one big move with the hiring of the assistant GM, and we'll see what happens. So fellow castaways, until next time, keep your fire burning. Let's go Devils.